Hello, I'm Johnny Cash.
And so it begins. How you doing, folks? Johnny Cashville here. And yesterday I came upon on Twitter a post by a Professor Kevin Allred, at Kevin Allred on Twitter. And some people were really, up in defense because he was arrested. Now, I don't know who the hell Kevin Allred is or was or what have you. But I found out pretty quickly that if you go to kevin-allred.com bio, self-described, Kevin is a feminist author, educator, and undoer of the status quo. A shameless outlaw of academia, he believes that everyone, not just gatekeepers of the ivory tower, should have access to knowledge and education. You scroll down and it talks about where he was born in Utah or whatever, but the best part, this guy's a professor, a fucking professor. And in 2010, Kevin created Politicizing Beyonce, an innovative interdisciplinary college course that attempts to think through contemporary U.S. society and its current race, gender, class, and sexual politics by analyzing the music and career of Beyonce Knowles. That pretty much fucking says everything you ever need to fucking know about this guy. So just a day after the election, Professor Kevin Allred tweeted out, "If I see any Trump bumper stickers on the road today, my brakes will go out and I'll run you off the road." The next day, he wrote, "Will the Second Amendment be as cool when I buy a gun and start shooting at random white people, or no?" I think it's very telling that most of the people that I've found who talk about going and buying guns and shooting people tend to be leftist liberals. I think that's interesting. I've personally never experienced or noticed any kind of right-wing Second Amendment supporter talking about going and buying guns and shooting at innocent people. But this is also why I fervently defend the Second Amendment, because contrary to what this professor seems to understand about the Second Amendment does not protect, I'm using air quotes you can't see, the right to murder people. That's not how the Second Amendment works. In fact, you're making the point that we often make, as Second Amendment supporters and defenders make, is that murder is already illegal. So you don't need any new gun control laws, because if somebody takes a gun and then goes and murders somebody, that's illegal. The Second Amendment does not protect a person's, and I'm, again, air quotes, right to murderize somebody. So, no. The Second Amendment has nothing to do with you murdering people. So thanks for that, Professor. So then yesterday, Jessica Valenti types a tweet about. Notice that she only shares Kevin Allred's post about him being confronted by the New York Police Department. His post says, "New York Police Department just came to my house because Rutgers police told them I'm a threat based on political statements I've made on campus and on Twitter." Okay, so there's been others, not just on Twitter, but on campus as well. And so he calls it political statements. It's political statements, folks, to say that he's going to go buy a gun and start shooting at random white people. And it's political statements to say that if he sees anybody with a Trump bumper stickers, that he's going to run them off the road. That's just a political statement, folks. So I love how that one got shared. And so Jessica Valenti shares it and says, "A feminist Rutgers lecturer was forced by police to undergo a psychic valve because of his political tweets. It begins." Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. And then Marcy Bianco comes in and says, "Dictators go for professors, journos, writers first equals critical thinking is harmful to their blind rule."
You have entered the twilight zone. Beyond this world, strange things I know.
Oh my god! So now the left fucking cares about the free speech. Oh, okay, I get it. So now the left cares about free speech. They didn't give a shit when Professor Muir was suspended and taken into the back shed to be beat up for his views about a political organization known as Black Lives Matter. Y'all didn't give a fuck about free speech then, but now that President-elect Trump is not even in power yet, he has nothing to do with the New York Police Department, fucking anybody, and he certainly doesn't have anything to do with Kevin Allred's freaking tweets threatening to murder innocent people. He hasn't even sworn into office yet. He has no power. But it begins now. But he's a dictator now. Yep, the dictators go for professors and journalists and writers first. You don't say. For professors, like Professor Muir, like those kind of professors, like Professor Jerry Hugh, who came out in opposition to Black Lives Matter, and they had him fired, like that? No, that's not what you're talking about, though, right? No, because Jerry Hugh and Professor Hugh and Professor Muir never threatened to murder anybody. But I guess, they don't go along with your narrative, so now free speech matters to y'all. Yeah. So that's what we're going to see, folks. Now that President-elect Trump, once he becomes president, all of a sudden now the left is going to give more shits about free speech. So I think it's kind of interesting how they've been suppressing speech for a decade now, if not longer, but yet now that they're the out group, now that all of their social justice warrior policies have been identified and have been voted against, they now give a shit again about free speech. So that's pretty fucking convenient, don't you think? Anyways, I just want to highlight these people's fucking stupidity. Kevin Allred, you're a piece of shit, and I'm actually upset that they released you and that you're probably still teaching. I think that you are the embodiment, the personification of everything that is wrong with our universities today. You provide zero actual knowledge and zero advancement to our culture. All you're doing is capitalizing on latest trends and division between the races and the sexes to be able to further a narrative, and that is absolutely pathetic, and you should be ashamed of yourself. For everybody else, like and subscribe. I'm out of here. I got shit to do. Cheers.
I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Thunderbolt and lightning.